Good morning, guests of honor, Dean of the College of Design and Engineering, distinguished guests, students, ladies and gentlemen, and Zoom participants. Welcome to the NUS Infrastructure and Project Management 1010 Transformation Challenge 2021 Prize Ceremony Day. I'm Annabelle Sim, a first-year student from the Department of Built Environment, College of Design and Engineering, and it's my pleasure to be your host for today. The NUS IPM Challenge is a competition organized and sponsored by the Department of the Built Environment, or the NUS College of Design and Engineering. It's also an outreach initiative to promote the Bachelor of Engineering, Infrastructure and Project Management undergraduate program, which is accepting its pioneer cohort of undergraduate in August 2022. The theme of the NUS IPM Challenge is on digital technology in the built environment. Today, we are gathered to celebrate the efforts of the students who have come up with outstanding works on digital technology can be used to transform the Singapore built environment. To mark the start of today's ceremony, please join me in putting our hands together to cordially invite our Dean of the College of Design and Engineering, Professor Aaron Tian, to deliver his welcome address. Professor Aaron, please.
Still trying to get used to the new protocol. Okay. So, guest of honor, award recipients, school representatives, NUS colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, as well as our industry partners. So, good morning, everyone. It's my pleasure to welcome one and all to the NUS Infrastructure and Project Management IPM 1010 Transformation Challenge 2021 Prize Ceremony Day. Greetings to our physical audience here in the audience, as well as our online guests. But to say that, I do sense high-level energy here. So for the folks who are appearing physically, I think this is fantastic. So we are here today to congratulate and honor the students who have excelled in our NUS IPM Challenge, organized and sponsored by the Department of Built Environment, which is a transformed department, in fact. The NUS IPM Challenge is an outreach initiative to promote the Bachelor of Engineering of Infrastructure and Project Management, and this was formerly the Project and Facilities Management. And this program has been 1 year in the making, thanks to a lot of our partners and as well as faculty who have contributed to this. So this is an exciting new program. And the program is accepting its pioneer cohort of undergraduates August 2022. Okay. The Department of Built Environment is based in the College of Design and Engineering, and its brothers and sisters, 9 of them, so we have 10 departments. The college is a merger of 2 world-class schools. One is, of course, the School of Design and Environment and the Faculty of Engineering. So we have a combined history of 130 years, in fact, very established. I think, there's an aspiration for the college, which is new. We're encouraged to learn widely and deeply. So we give students new options to explore those routes. And I think we have offering 14 undergraduate degree programs. And this is the amazing part, which is that we now allow for 35 plus optional second majors, 60 plus choices of minors, and specialization. This is unheard of, even around the world. So college students are truly going to be, the word here that's written down is spoiled. I believe so. You guys are going to be having such an immense option to develop yourself and to customize your experience, especially your learning experience here. So NUS Built Environment is ranked 6th in the world, first in Asia. That's congratulations to the department for this achievement. And I think in terms of ranking and in terms of quality of staff, it's really, really good. At the Department of Built Environment, students of the IPM program will receive interdisciplinary training as the program integrates engineering and management and even law. The NUS IPM program is the only engineering program in NUS with a strong emphasis on project management, which is true. Infrastructure and project management professionals manage multidisciplinary teams where collaboration is the key to achieving successful project outcomes. The NUS IPM program is a unique interdisciplinary educational offering in Asia with subjects which traverse domains of engineering, design, management, technology, building science, and law. At NUS IPM, we seek to nurture future built environment professionals, not only with the deep knowledge and skills in a particular area of specialization, but also the ability to make cogent connections across broad related disciplines. These are true skills that you have to learn be ability to go deep as well as broad. NUS IPM graduates are primed to make significant contributions towards the vision of urban sustainability, which is a very hot topic, very relevant to Singapore, address real-world challenges such as climate change, which requires the convergence across different disciplines and the development of integrated knowledge. Infrastructure and project management professionals are well sought after by both public sector as well as private sector employers of the built environment sector. Definitely includes government ministries, state boards, property developers, project management consultancies, builders, and so forth. Quantity surveying consultancies and sustainability consultancies are also valuing expertise in this area. The NUS IPM program nurtures future leaders for the built environment sector for a diverse set of careers. And these are very exciting. So obviously, project managers, facilities managers, infrastructure asset manager, contract manager, construction claims consultant, built information modeling manager, smart sustainability manager, energy manager. So the theme of the challenge, I guess for this year, is application of digital technology to transform the built environment. Very relevant, especially for our smart nation. Digital technologies such as AI, robotics, 5G networks, Internet of Buildings, AR, VR, digital twin, and data analytics are future of Singapore's built environment. In fact, it's not only the future of Singapore's built environment, but for the future of Singapore in general. I think the push to make Singapore's built environment more sustainable, the need for an engineering degree like IPM, graduates will become even more pressing in that sense. So to say, the IPM program imparts a progressive knowledge in the fields of sustainable and digital technology in addition to subjects on management, finance, and law, all finely balanced, actually anchors well in this context of Singapore and its built environment. So, I really have gone through the winning entries for the competition, which is very impressive. I looked at the videos, very well produced. I'm very impressed. I have to say that, the efforts by the teams, by the staff who curated the competition, they put in a lot of great effort. And I'm really impressed by the outcome of, so whoever wins, everybody's a winner, actually. Okay, so my heartiest congratulations once again to the award winners and those who have participated. I wish everyone the best in their future endeavors, and I hope to see you all one day as proud undergraduates as well as graduates of NUS and the Department of Built Environment. So thank you, and please enjoy the program today. Thank you.
Thank you, Prof. Aaron. It is now my pleasure to warmly welcome our guest of honor, Executive Director, Chief Operating Officer for Straits Construction Singapore Private Limited, immediate past President of the Singapore Contractors Association Limited, and Chairman of the Department of the Built Environment Department Consultative Committee, Mr. Kenneth Lu, to deliver his welcome address. Mr. Kenneth, please.
Good morning, Professor Aaron Tien, Dean of the College of Design and Engineering, Professor Michael Chew, Head of Department of the Built Environment, Associate Professor Gabriel Kaur, Chair of the Organizing Committee, distinguished guests, students, ladies and gentlemen. I'm honored to be here today to witness the achievements of the winners of the IPM 1010 Transformation Challenge 2021, organized by the Department of Built Environment, NUS. The competition seeks to recognize young talent and challenge the mindset of our future builders to think beyond the traditional roles in the sector and transform the way we live, work, play in the built environment. The construction industry's progress has been hampered by COVID-19 as business seek to overcome challenges both short and long term. This has accelerated the need to transform business operations and the need to do things differently to seek alternatives and better solutions. Some challenges still remain, but the industry has recognized the need to accelerate the ongoing transformation efforts to enhance business resilience. The Building and Construction Authority Construction Transformation Map, ITM, was launched in 2017 to rally the construction sector around the shared goals of developing a future-ready capabilities that would transform our built environment. It identifies 3 key areas. 1, design for manufacturing and assembly. 2, green building. And 3, integrated digital delivery, which plays an integral role in the future of raising the capabilities of the sector. As we have made steady progress as of 2021, we have greened 49% of our buildings from a set target of 80% by 2030. This has involved making use of sustainable technologies and design, such as more energy-efficient systems to cool and ventilate our buildings. The overall energy use intensity in our buildings has improved by 10% over the past decade. At our work sites, we have seen a 7% improvement in productivity since 2017. This is driven by the adoption of innovative building approaches like design for manufacturing and assembly, or DFMA for short, and digital technologies such as IDD. DFMA has allowed building components to be fabricated off-site in automated facilities and subsequently assembled on-site. This raises productivity, improves workmanship, and reduces these amenities to residents near construction sites. DFMA adoption has doubled over the last 3 years, from 19% in 2017 to 39% in 2020. And to further drive DFMA adoption, the authorities will be raising the minimum B score for large commercial, industrial, and institutional developments with GFA of at least 25,000 square meters starting from April 2022. This means that eventually around 80% of the GFA of all projects submitted for approval will be subjected to higher minimum B score and will help achieve a target of 70% adoption by 2025. IDD connects the various parts of the building life cycle together via digital spine. This facilitates coordination among project stakeholders, which improves accuracy of design and planning and reduces abortive work downstream. We have built up IDD competency in more than 150 firms through 48 demonstrative projects over the last 3 years. The Common Data Environment, or CD standards, will act as a key enabler to drive digitalization across the entire value chain. The Common Data Standards specify what information is required for a project and how it can be structured. Wide adoption of these common standards will facilitate information flow across platforms and enable seamless collaboration amongst various supply chain partners. And the built environment has, in fact, further infused technology solutions such as 5G, artificial intelligence, AI, robotics, and building information modeling, augmented reality, and virtual reality into planning of our projects. NUS' very own building, the NUS School of Design and Environment SDE4, widely acclaimed as Singapore's first new built net zero energy building, is designed exactly with that in mind, incorporating and testing innovative solutions, as well as digital and big data application. As students continue your education journey, we hope you will join the industry as new generations of leaders who can think beyond the boundaries and tackle issues such as carbon footprint, climate change, and digital transformation, which requires convergence across different disciplines and development of integrated knowledge. This will help contribute towards achieving our vision of urban sustainability for Singapore. I would like to thank Professor Michael Chew, Head of Department of Built Environment, once again for having me here today, and hope you will all invest in the sector and be part of the exciting transformation as you prepare for your meaningful journey ahead. Thank you.
We would now like to invite our first presenter and also the Head of Department, Professor Michael Chew, to give us an insightful presentation on the 5G Center for Digital Building Technology. Prof. Chew, please.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Can you hear me well? Yeah, relax, yeah. This is not meant to be serious technical talks. I'm not supposed to be here on this stage. The person who should present this is trapped in Johor Bahru. He went for a visit there and then he just got trapped there because of this COVID thing. And then his visa got expired. He didn't dare to just come back like that. So he had to wait for a Malaysian side to extend the visa and all that. So it would be like 3 months. He said whether he can do it via Zoom. I said better not, because we talk about digital transformation. What if we screw up? To the students, we can't afford it. Yeah? And hence, as a head of department, you always have to take up things. Yeah? People always taught me that, bite the bullet. And hence, I'm here. Yeah? If you look at these slides, I made it up last night. I thought it's good for the young ones. Those at the back, for the young ones. Actually, all the teachers and principals looks very young too. You might not have seen this. Unlike Kenneth, Kipo, Teo Ho Pin, you might not have seen this, the early years. I'm showing you what each G is 10 years apart. Clayton is also too young. Each G is 10 years apart. We are right here. All of you, your handphones are these kind of handphones, yeah? Big screen, can do multiple things, internet applications of all kinds and all that. We're trying to bring you to 5G here, which Singapore is pushing for a nationwide coverage by 2025. You think it's great? People have done it long ago. Ask people, USA has it long ago. So we're catching up. While we're catching up, we're preparing for 6G. And I want to challenge young people like you, because I will not be able to see it. You people will. 7G, 8G, 9Gs. So fast, so wide, so intelligent, that must be the word. Yeah? So the word, the theme today is transformation. Looking forward to listen to your presentation later on from the students. But the key word is transformation, and we talk about digital transformation. And Shah, who's supposed to be the presenter, wanted me to talk about the center we have just launched. It's called 5G Center for Digital Building Technology, in short, 5G DBT. I want to start by showing you that the older generation have seen this. Have you seen this before? The younger ones, this is called beepers, pager. And they go beep, 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 or something beep, 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 you go and call up the station. And the operator will tell you, hey, your mother wants you to bring back a bottle of soy sauce when you finish work today. That's pager days, right? And slowly pagers has text. See that? And then you have your tai ko tai in the 80s. Water bottle kind of handphone, yeah? So you see the older ones all smiling. Two types of people carry this sort of water bottle, huge 2 kilogram tai ko tai. Tai ko tai means big brother big. Two types of people, either very rich businessmen or gangsters. Gangsters love this because one whack on your head, 9 stitches guaranteed. I've seen it right in front of my eye. Pop, 9 stitches. Kenneth knows very well. He has been carrying one. And then you see in the 90s, yeah, this is all beyond your time. Yeah, you were still like, in the air somewhere. In the 90s, become smaller, right? You see, starting to have SMS, voice and SMS. Big deal then, okay? And in the 2003G, now Singapore has no more 3G, but it was 3G for a long time because it provides internet access. Big deal then. Now all your phones are 4Gs with all kinds of applications enabled. Introducing to you 5G DBT, a new center we have just launched, and we want to harness the availability of 5G, and we started it first in Singapore, in National University of Singapore, the first place where you have 5G enabled user cases. And I'm going to introduce to you. And Clayton will talk a lot more about 5G because all your Internet of Things, Internet of Buildings would require more and more 5G, if not 6G very soon. Yeah, for the younger ones in Parliament, they're talking about 6G already. Be careful, because China, US, Korea, they're really, very much into it. So we've got to do catch up very quickly before our neighboring country catches up. Yeah? So basically, I want to start with that. I'm going to end with the same slides later on with some challenges to the younger ones. And I want to link it to built environment, yeah? Because the center is to do with harnessing 5G, the power of 5G onto built environment to make it into smart built environment. Now, everything when you see digital transformation, you know the result is a smart something. And here in this department, we talk about smart built environment. But before that, for the younger ones, what's built environment? Anything that is man-made, human-enabled is called built environment. Yeah? Anything that is human-made is called built environment. And if you look around Singapore, which inch of land is not man-made? It's not human-made. Yeah? And for those who can understand Chinese, you see the word "an," how was it evolved over thousands of years? How does a built or human-made environment provides you the sense of security and safety? And with that, followed by good national development. It must have an enclosure. It could be a facilities, it could be the country. Yeah? So it must give you the safety, stability, security, and peace of mind before you can have a strong nation development. Yeah? And that's what built environment must be about. Yeah? See how it evolved over thousands of years? The word slowly over the years becomes today's "an." "An" can mean any of this. That's how important built environment is, particularly for a country like Singapore. Yeah, to the younger ones, particularly for countries like Singapore. Such an important portion of our GDP. Because it encompasses not just new construction, existing infrastructure, assets. And what infrastructure are we talking about? If you can see the word here. Transportation, electrical, water supply, yeah? Sewerage, all this infrastructure, most importantly, communication. To the younger ones, if I disallow you to use your Wi-Fi for one day, I think you get mad. You become crazy. It's that important. Now becomes a need, communication. And hence, built environment industry represents such a big deal of our GDP. Yeah? And hence we require generation after generation, the next one will be you guys, to look after it, to make sure that it is strong and respected such that investors will continue to come into Singapore, invest into the country, bring their children here, get their children educated and all that. Then only Singapore can continue to be one of the strongest and most developed nation in the region. Yeah? Challenges we are facing, though. The digital revolution so quickly. We must catch up. Yeah? Let us catch up with 5G first. That's what we're saying here. Okay? Now, how big is built environment to Singapore for the younger ones? I'm telling you, every year, Kenneth can prove me wrong. Every year, Singapore government ensure there are approximately $30 billion of new projects. Every year, new project. If there's not sufficient COVID time, not sufficient private investment, government will inject. Yeah, fund into infrastructure and public projects and all that. So $30 billion more or less guaranteed every year because it represents a big part of our GDP. That's new construction only, yeah? What about existing assets, transactable assets? Nobody can give you that figure. I give it to you. I don't know how true it is. $4 trillion worth of transactable asset in Singapore. You go to one of our neighbor countries, divide that by 10. Same asset, same number, divide by 10. A little bit further away, divide by 100. Why? Because of the confidence people have, investors have in our built environment. And that's how important our built environment is. Yeah? Not only to GDP, but also sustaining that kind of value, yeah? That kind of standards of living. And hence, we have to catch up, with the digital transformation happening around us. Start with 5G. You guys will be following up with 6Gs very soon, and 7Gs and so on. Okay, so this is our centers. You see, together with Kipo and many of the faculty who work so hard. When did we start this 5G thing? December 2019. Exactly when the COVID started. When was the lockdown? April 2020. Remember? Circuit breaker. You probably forgot all these terms. Circuit breaker. 2020 April. Despite all this, our team, with support from Kipo and many of our faculty, managed to achieve all that. Yeah? Working closely with industries, yeah? And with robots that we acquire or develop, gets into the application of those as user cases for various parts of our built environment. COVID or no COVID, COVID gives us a big lesson. We cannot rely on human labor forces, especially foreign labors. We cannot. It was a clear lesson given to us. See how much disruption we have encountered during these 2-3 years of COVID interruptions. Yeah? So you will see more and more reliance on technology, including robots. Yes? And hence this center we set up. Yeah? If I may show you a quick video showing you what the center does.
Welcome to the 5G Center for Digital Building Technology, under the Department of the Built Environment at the National University of Singapore, a leading global center, influencing the state-of-art of digital building technologies across research, industry and education. Our center plays an important role in Singapore's digital research transformation, aiming to bring about the new wave of growth in Singapore's digital construction and smart facility management, so as to better manage Singapore's future built environment. With focus on education, the 5G Center aims to be the leading center in NUS, to harness 5G digital building technologies for teaching and learning, and real-life test bedding for built environment applications. We are the first and only 5G-enabled net zero energy building in Singapore, with one of the fastest standalone 5G network. Within the 5G Center, researchers are integrating 5G connectivity with cloud-based digital twins and robotics, to form an integrated 5G digital system of systems. Deployed in a vibrant 5G living laboratory environment for immersive and interactive teaching and learning, our new center will lead and transform the way NUS engages our students and industry professionals, to better shape our future in digital built environment and pave a new way in which education can inspire and motivate our young future generation. Connected with the fastest 5G networks, we offer the best borderless and remote learning experience for students overseas, to online streaming and access quality learning and receive online education, regardless of physical locations, by either visually or virtually connecting to leading laboratories and innovation centers all over the world. Equipped with video walls, holographic displays, AR and VR technologies, our digital twin technologies bring science concepts to life, with immersive learning experience in a safe training environment with real-time supervision and remote guidance. This helps improve learner engagement, preparedness, knowledge retention, and confidence. By the end 2022, half of Singapore will be covered by 5G networks. 5G technology boasts of super high speed and ultra-low latency connectivity that will spur innovation and create business and new job opportunities. One of the cornerstone technologies making use of 5G connectivity will be cloud-based digital twin technology. In our increasingly smart buildings, the 5G Center is leading the way in using a three-dimensional digital twin which allows a person to digitally mirror the physical structure, system, device, and connection to truly represent the facility use cases, for smart facilities management and smart buildings applications to better enhance and manage Singapore's future built environment. The digital research transformation aims to bring about the new wave of growth in Singapore's digital construction and smart facility management. To complement our 5G digital twin, using IoT sensors, augmented and virtual reality, the 5G Center aims to automate maintenance processes, reduce physical contact when required, and derive insights from real-time video-based data analytics. With the worldwide attention brought to the safety and hygiene of indoor spaces due to the current pandemic, 5G Center is making use of digital twin, smart CCTV and video analytics to monitor and deploy robotics to assist in daily operations. From measuring body temperature to detecting social distancing and mask wearing, fall detection and air quality, our 5G robots and monitoring systems are vital in digitalizing and automating crowd management, medical emergencies, air quality and reducing human interaction in high-risk environment. Hence, by deploying 5G digital twins, video analytics and autonomous robotics to improve health and wellness, whilst contributing to energy efficiency within the built environment, but above all our 5G Center is establishing better trust between people and their living spaces. With building inspection drones and quadruped dogs, our robots monitor building wear, tear, and structural defects around the clock and update this information in high resolution to the cloud digital twin that can be accessed anywhere in the world in real time using 5G. Our 5G AGV robots reduces the manpower required to carry heavy construction raw or waste materials within dirty and dangerous construction sites, reduces site accidents and improve construction safety, while our digital twin armed with litter 3D scanning capabilities will automatically sends and reports construction work progress to stakeholders with 3D visuals via 5G. To enhance security, our 5G outdoor all-terrain surveillance robot can patrol and capture images of the surroundings in low-light conditions, upload and transmit large video images via 5G networks to our cloud digital twin for facial and human recognition against cloud database, and automatically send suspicious alerts to the nearest security guard. Deployed in a vibrant 5G living laboratory environment for immersive and interactive teaching and learning, R&D testbed, and built environment be industry applications, our new center will lead and transform the way NUS engages our students and industry professionals to better shape our future in digital built environment and pave a new way in which education can inspire and motivate our young future generation. Welcome to the future of smart facilities management harnessing 5G, digital twin and robotics in our daily lives.
I forget, I want the principals and the teachers, we have principal and vice principal teachers from junior colleges, feel free. If you want us, our faculty, to go to your school and talk to your students, or if you like to visit us, that was the center that I was talking about. Yeah, that what you see in the film was the center with all the robots and all that. A few robots that we put intelligence. Our work is to put intelligence into those robots. Includes disinfection robots, includes security dogs who go around looking for suspicious people. We have, of course, the autonomous drone inspection robots. And what else? We have vertical wall climber, thanks to Teo Ho Pin. vertical climbing robots on the wall. It can climb and do inspection of your facades. Yeah, that kind of robots, our work is to put intelligence into it. Our next step is to have them talking to each other. Very much 6G kind of thing, yeah? So feel free to let us know, teachers, principals, if you want us to go to you, or you can send your student to us to visit our labs and have some dialogue together, yeah? Before I forget. So, this is our work. For the students, whether you're going to join the built environment industry or not, does not matter. But this will be the keywords, no matter where you are. Yeah? This will be the keywords because you have to live in the built environment whether you're going to join the industry or not. Yeah? So you're going to hear a lot of this, and this is what we emphasize. In particular, we focus on safety and security. Most important, yeah, for Singapore's built environment. Safety and security. We put a lot of emphasis on digital twins. For those who are not familiar with what digital twins means, it is to replicate physical facilities or infrastructure in a three-dimensional digital space so that it is easier for us to visualize, for us to operate and control. Yeah? This will be the thing in the future, digital twins. Yeah? We put a lot of emphasis on health and wellness, of course, and maintenance and operation. Very, very important because you talk about 4 trillion worths of transactable asset. Hey, I haven't included in the $4 trillion infrastructure because they are priceless. Singapore's infrastructure is simply priceless. Yeah? Transactable one, $4 trillion. How do you protect it? This one here. And I want to invite you to watch this.
Building needs to be well maintained in order to retain its value and serve the occupants. With building inspection drones, wall climbing robots and quadruped dogs, our robots monitor building wear, tear, and repair structural defects tirelessly round the clock and record every modification or update onto our cloud digital twin, which can be accessed anywhere in the world in real time using 5G. 5G drones armed with CCTV and thermographic cameras. Drones detect and send high-resolution images of building cracks, water leakages hidden behind walls and electrical hotspots in embedded cables to enable timely maintenance to reduce operating downtime. Our 5G AGV robots reduces the manpower required to carry heavy construction raw or waste materials within dirty and dangerous construction sites, reduce site accidents and improve construction safety. Our digital twin armed with lidar 3D scanning capabilities will automatically send and reports construction work progress to stakeholders with 3D visuals via 5G networks. The smart cams also help to save energy in the building due to their people counting function. For example, people counting technology used at the indoor rooms throttle air conditioning power to save energy and improve the energy efficiency of buildings, avoiding an overcooled or undercooled building. People counting technology used at lift lobbies helps optimize the lift usage patterns in super high-rise buildings. Besides, smart cams are used in the car park to recognize the license plate and monitor the occupancy lots to achieve intelligent car parking and e-valeting. This frees up car parking spaces for other uses. Hence, by deploying 5G digital twins, video analytics and autonomous robotics to improve maintenance and operation within the built environment, our 5G center ensures the safety and comfort of anyone who either works in or visits the building.
Enough of advertisement. My last slide, exactly the same as my first slide, is to pose to you, the younger generation, your future. This is my life. I'm going to disappear. And so are we. Your lives is here. Bless you. Thank you.
you, Prof. Chiu. Following, we would like to invite our second faculty member, Dr. Clayton Miller, to share with us on the Internet of Buildings, next generation techniques to connect humans and the built environment. Dr. Clayton, please.
Thank you. Well, oh, sorry. No problem. Welcome, everybody. I'm here today to give you guys an overview of what we call the Internet of Buildings. And this is a platform that is developed by a lot of our researchers here at the Department of the Built Environment. And it's very similar to a lot of the videos. I got a chance to watch a lot of the submission videos that you all submitted, looking at the ways to transform the built environment, transform buildings using technology. And that's the type of work that we also do here in the department. And I want to show you some of the ways that you can learn more about that. So of course, the Department of the Built Environment, we are really converging engineering, design, computer science, data science, technology, all the different parts of the equation to make buildings better. And one of the things that we want to learn from is the fact that all of you are connected. Everybody has smartphones, laptops, everybody's texting each other, using different types of social media. But when was the last time you ever interacted with a building? I know at home you probably turn on the fan or turn on the aircon or things like that. But in a commercial building, in a building like this, how often do you actually go to the thermostat and try to change set points? Or how often do you actually are able to control the noise or distractions or sound around you? There's really no connection between humans and buildings. There's really a lack of communication, a lack of understanding. Buildings don't really know how you feel. You're not able to tell them what's going on and how you're, if you're too cold or too hot. And we end up with a lot of problems then. People are, in this space, you might be feeling cool. I have a jacket on, so I'm okay, but some of you might not, so you might be feeling cold. Some of you might be worried about, the air quality or things like that. Noise, if you're trying to focus on something, there might be distractions nearby and things like that. So buildings don't really know what we want. And this is one of the things that I saw in a lot of the submissions that you all were developing, is this ability for humans and buildings to have a closer connection. So here in the department, we have this Internet of Buildings concept, and this is not just my research or my team's research. This is a kind of a collaboration of different types of projects from around our department that focus in on humans and buildings and how we can bring them closer together. There is the occupants. We're all occupants here in this space, but we also have people that manage the space. We have operators, we have the people who design the space, the designers. How can we bring these two, the built environment and these type of people together to facilitate that connection? So to help you all learn this a little bit better, if you want to take your smartphone and scan this QR code, you can actually see an interface that I just showed a screenshot in the last slide. You can explore the different types of research in this paradigm of Internet of Buildings. And as you're doing that, I have a video prepared that will kind of give you that tour and help you understand how this platform works. So if you get a chance to take a quick scan of this, you can follow along in the video.
Hi everyone and welcome. I'm Dr. Clayton Miller, and I'm here to give you an overview of a project or group of projects that we call the Internet of Buildings. So some of you might have heard of what's called the Internet of Things, which is a connection of different types of devices and sensors that are all across, let's say, the urban context. In our group or our collaboration here in the Department of the Built Environment, we focus in on the use of digital twins and three-dimensional modeling of buildings to supplement and to improve the use of Internet of Things. We also combined the use of the human aspect, human elements, such as data collected from occupants of buildings using wearables and different types of surveys and things like that, as well as focus in on how to make the building process better, more safe, more energy efficient, and help occupants improve their thermal comfort and satisfaction in the buildings. What we're going to look at today is an interactive interface that you can find in a link, which we'll post somewhere where you can find. And it allows you to navigate the different parts of the Department of the Built Environment to understand how digital technologies have been worked on in different parts of the department towards different types of objectives. If you navigate around this, you can actually see that there are different parts of our department that focus in on these technologies with different professors that focus on the technologies. Here you see Prof. BG focusing in construction management. You've got Prof. Go and Prof. Kua focused in safety and building 3D printing materials, as well as Prof. Alexander. You've got myself, Prof. Clayton, focused in spatial analytics and occupant-centric analysis, which I'll talk more about in a little bit. And you've got Stephen, Prof. Adrian, Prof. Yanka, all focused in sustainability and data science / data integration. So please feel free to explore this interface. You can see that if you zoom in, you can find that each of the professors in their work have small videos, trailer videos, which give an understanding of the concept at hand, in this case, renewable energy. So if you click on this, what you're going to see is a nice little video that's very short, usually less than a couple minutes, which explains, in this case, all about renewable energy that Prof. Stephen Tay's group works on. If you look around this interactive platform, you'll also be able to see different facts about the IPM program, module exemption possibilities, the different social media aspects. You can see different career resources, career paths. Where are our alumni now? What kind of cool jobs people have when they learn these type of digital technologies, potential employers, and of course, roadmaps towards the future of the built environment in Singapore and some of the organizations that you can be a part of while you're here. To dive into a specific part of the Internet of Buildings network, let me focus in on one of the projects that my team works on. So if you come over here, this is a small demo, which also will have a link available on our social media that you can check out. It's got another version of the Internet of Buildings platform, once again. But down below, you start diving into some details of what the Internet of Buildings really means. And what we focus in on in our group specifically is the addressing of real issues that real humans have in the built environment. Here you can see a few facts. These are from different studies that have been done in the last 10 to 15 years. Indoor environments specifically are not creating always good places for people to live, work, and play. You notice that indoor environmental quality or indoor air quality is sometimes considered poor. Offices can be quite noisy, especially open offices, which can cause distractions. You see comfortable workplace environments can increase productivity if you are able to improve that environment. And ventilation is really important in making our buildings healthy and having them be healthy places for us to be in. This is really especially very important when it comes to airborne infectious diseases like COVID-19. So one of the things that my group focuses in on is the use of wearables, in this case, the Cozy or the Apple Watch platform, to create a platform called Project Cozy. This is an open source way to interact with occupants in the built environment by asking them questions, giving them information, and kind of having a really easy two-way communication between occupants and their environment. It is an open source project built on the Apple Watch platform. It's free and easy to use, powered by Apple Research Kit, and we've deployed it several times across different parts of Singapore for different objectives. To get kind of a overview of how this platform works, here you can see a very simple question flow on the watch where it's asking this person how they feel thermally, whether they feel warmer or cooler, what place they're in at that moment. And what we can do is use that data then to combine with the three-dimensional models of buildings, the virtual models. Here you see an example of somebody walking through one of these 3D models. And we can indoor localize where these people are in the built environment, and then take the information, take that data that we collect from the watch to converge with the building information model to understand how to either improve the spaces that that person is going to, or make suggestions, nudges, recommendations to occupants about places that are better suited for their needs. So this is really interesting stuff that's really on the forefront of the future of the built environment, and we're really proud and happy to be focused in on it. You can connect with us on various types of social media, especially the Department of the Built Environment. Instagram is a great place. If you're interested in Project Cozy, you can check out GitHub and the Cozy Apple website. And then of course there are publications. If you really want to dive into the details of the technical details, you can, and learn more about what we do here in the Department of the Built Environment in the Infrastructure and Project Management program. Thank you so much for your time.
Cool. So as you're still probably kind of navigating through our platform, feel free to watch some of those little videos and learn more about the different types of things that we work on. Project Cozy, as I mentioned in the video, is one of our ways of talking to buildings, interacting with buildings. And those of you that have smartwatches know that a lot of times they're designed to help you with fitness goals. So you want to move more, you want to take the stairs instead of the lift, those type of things. So what we're also working on is ways to nudge people to make decisions in buildings that help make them more comfortable. So for example, in Singapore, we can actually use natural ventilation part of the day when it's cool outside. We don't often do that in commercial buildings. In our buildings at SDE, we actually have the ability to open and close windows and use fans and things, all the things that we do in our homes, but we don't often do in offices. And so Project Cozy is designed to help bridge that gap and create data sets and nudge people to make better decisions in the built environment. We create technology infrastructure, so it's not just the humans giving information about how they feel, it's also about converging that data. Prof. Michael mentioned all the different drones and robots and sensors and all the different systems. The key is that humans are not just interacting with the building as walls, windows, floors, and roofs. It's also interacting with all these systems and autonomous entities and things that are floating around or walking around. We look at ways to understand how to converge, as I mentioned in the video, converge between the digital twin paradigm that Prof. Michael just mentioned and humans. So we know that it's not just about sensors, it's about where the person is in the building. So if you're like this person on the left, you're feeling hot because you're close to the window and the sun is shining on you, whereas the person on the right is under the fan and nice and comfy. So these are things that this convergence between the models and the systems and the sensors and all these different things is the kind of cool stuff that we do. And it's not just here in Singapore. We're also reaching out. Project Cozy is open source. It's something that we work with lots of entities around the world to try to collect data, because the way people want to experience buildings in Singapore could be much different than the way people want to do it in Europe or North America or other parts of Asia. So we have lots of collaborations and really looking at growing pretty large data sets to analyze this stuff. And we're also going in the direction of data. So data science and data analytics is a big part of the skill set that's required to really leverage and to use all these new technologies. So we look at lots of open data sets. We learn from how to not just operate a drone or a robot, but also how to take data from that and understand how to use it properly. So in the IPM program, we actually teach our students how to analyze data in a really practical context, using data that's collected from built environment applications. And we teach a really popular language called Python. And so far over the last 4 or 5 years, we've figured out a good way of teaching these type of skills in a practical way, in a group context, on real data sets from real buildings. We use tools that are really common across the world in the context of teaching practical programming skills. We use Project Jupyter. There's a platform called Kaggle, which you can all check out as well, which is really great. It has tons of good examples of practical data science applied to different areas. And it's not just, of course we teach our students these things, but we're also reaching out to the larger community across the world through a massive open online course that's hosted here in the Department of the Built Environment. And we're really proud that lots of people from around the world are learning the same type of skills as our graduates. And we use our context here in the DBE as part of this course, which has gone across the world. There's over 20,000 people that have participated over the last couple of years from 153 countries across the world. And we're really proud as a team that we were this type of instruction was nominated as a finalist for an international award on the edX platform, just showing that this kind of means of teaching people how to be data literate and use programming and coding skills, but as applied to a very specific context like buildings, is really powerful, and a lot of people, it resonates with a lot of people, as opposed to just learning very generic things that are not related to the application that you care about, basically. So thank you all for everything. If you want to take another QR code scan, you can learn more about all these things by downloading the slide deck, clicking on the links and things like that, just to explore even further. So thank you so much, and good luck. Thank you.
We would now like to invite our third and final faculty member, Associate Professor Go Young Myung, to present on transforming education and professional upskilling in the built environment. Prof. Go, please.
Test. Okay, hello everyone. Thanks for having me here. Today I will talk about a series of research that we've been doing in terms of improving education and professional upskilling in the built environment. Take a look at this picture. I think with the lighting it's not as fabulous, but I'm sure a lot of nice words will comes to your mind. Some of you might be thinking that this is exciting, right? Inspiring, awesome, beautiful. I think the built environment is this, right? It is something that all of us wants to be associated with in terms of fabulous buildings like this. But to achieve this is a complex process. We need people who are well-trained. We need people who can think, who can design, who can solve complex problems. And that's for buildings as a whole. And we still have infrastructures. Infrastructures, as highlighted earlier, is priceless, right? Like Michael was saying that. And with the current pandemic that's ongoing, we need hospitals. All the while, we need different types of plants, wastewater treatment plants, roads, telecommunication systems, etc. So the built environment is not just about buildings, it's also about infrastructures. And infrastructures is also very complex. To put it together, there are so many stakeholders you need to work with. You need to talk about the money aspect. You need to solve real human issues. You need to look at 5G, 6G, or 7G in the future. You need to think about how to use different sensors so that the whole building, the infrastructure, can be constructed, can be maintained, etc. And we can't be using this type of technology to construct the built environment anymore. It's impossible. And we have already moved on. I mean, just now Kenneth was talking about DFMA. It is now getting common. It's like using Lego style of construction. With, in the 5G, some of our colleagues are using BEM, using different types of technology to facilitate the construction, the design process, etc. And in some of my own work, we use computer vision to track construction work, to track where the workers, are they unsafe? How do we make sure that the workers are safe, they are not under the load, which is actually very dangerous. So to protect our workers, to make sure that our complex built environment is successful, we need to train our people well. If you look at this bubbles here, the built environment professionals are knowledge workers. They need to work with different types of technology. And of course, they have to work with complex design and need to coordinate with a wide range of people. They work in a very competitive environment. I was just talking to Kenneth just now. The materials prices are going up. There's a wide range of issues in terms of the fuel prices. For example, I was talking to a colleague who just converted to hybrid car and is so happy, right? The price of fuel is going up. There's a lot of challenges that our built environment professionals need to solve. And it's not easy. So we need to train them well. So essentially, when we talk about training and education, which is one of my passion here, and that's why I'm still in the university, we have to think of ways to train our people better so that they remember key lessons well, they learn how to adapt quickly and be creative. And of course, when we look at our students and our professionals that we're dealing with, many a times they say that the conventional way of teaching and training is boring, is too inflexible. Hey, I have things to do at different times and all that. They're too busy with so many things, they're juggling with different things, and it's getting expensive to send someone for 1 full week on a course. So how do we make use of different technology to help our built environment professionals and young entrants like many of you, I hope, to learn things quickly, effectively, efficiently? And this is the AGES model of learning. I think some of the teachers here might know, I'm not sure. I'm doing some lead review for a proposal. So we came across this model, which is very much aligned with what we are trying to do. In effective teaching and learning, we really need to engage and activate the hippocampus. And there are many ways to do it. And one of the 4 of the key things is to make sure that we get the attention of the learners, right? Which I hope I'm competing well against your smartphone here. We need to get them to generate knowledge by integrating with what they already know. We need to trigger certain emotions that can use as a basis to remember things. And you need to spread things out in terms of timing and spacing of things and different types of technology. So to achieve that, there are many things that we need to do as educators and trainers. Of course, if you look at this gentleman here, so we need learners to be engaged, not just for fun, but to learn. Of course, technology is always a double-edged sword. You know about problems like game addicts in countries like South Korea, where people are so addicted to the game. But we wish that our students are addicted to our online videos and our teaching lessons too, right? In a way. But it's always double-edged sword. At the same time, if you look at how online games and technology are being used, they're actually using it in Japan to reduce the chances of dementia, right? So the key message here is that we must harness the technologies that we have in a wise fashion so that we can solve some of the problems that we're facing. At the same time, make sure that we don't end up with some of the problems. And so at the end, the key point is that in the IPM, or the Built Environment, Department of Built Environment, we are exploring with a wide range of technologies. In some of our work here, as you can see, we are using, which is something that I'll go into in a short while, we're using virtual reality, mixed reality, VR 360, augmented reality, and different types of desktop games to engage our learners, both the working adults, because we also teach master's course and also some of these professional executive courses, and also our undergraduate students. I'll show you some of these teaching tools that we have used in our department. So this is one example. Nicole Highway collapse happened in 2004. And one thing that we must always do is that for us to move forward, we must remember our past. And this is one thing that I always teach our students in one of the modules on construction safety and health, is that we need to learn from the lessons of Nicole Highway collapse. And how to get them to remember, we can't just talk to them about it. I get them to step through some of the key things that happen so that they can remember the lessons and we don't commit the same mistakes. Let's watch a short video on this. So it's a VR, MR immersive game. So it's funded by LIFT. It's actually a collaboration between us, medicine, and civil engineering. So the student will work as a team to walk through an investigation. And they can move around the site. They can talk to different people. And they can take pictures of some of the site conditions and be educated about, okay, what are some of the problems before the accident. They can do some measurement to understand some of the evacuation-related problems. And with such, this is a video of some of them going through it. So they're handling some of the objects and manipulating them to observe them in the virtual world. So all this will help different types of learners to remember the lessons of Nicole Highway collapse. So it's a VR and MR type of activity for students. And there's also another thing about, in terms of site work, there are always different types of people we need to deal with. It's very multinational. But to create a site for our students to go into the site to understand the problems is very difficult, right? And if we arrange with very supportive companies like Kenneth's company, they can't host 90 students at one go. It's very difficult, even if they're there perhaps 1-2 hours, just a visit. So what we have done is to create a virtual game, and students step through it. It was an accident that had happened. They go through certain MCQs as they try to observe what happened on site. They watch some CCTV about the accident as they're collecting evidence about it. So it triggers their mind to understand some of the difficulties that people will face. That's quite scary, right? And then you learn about critical thinking, trying to understand how do you piece together a good investigation report. You collect documents. And these documents are created based on actual site. 老张不关心安全。And we teach them methods, brainstorming approaches, and problem-solving approaches to deal. That's not just applicable to safety and health, but to a wider range of issues. You can use the same approach to deal with different events that you're trying to understand. And this is something that we're working with. It's funded by Singapore, SkillsFuture Singapore, and under the Workforce Development Applied Research Fund. So it is a game that we developed to train designers like engineers and architects, and also safety professionals and project managers to learn about how design can be safer so that people on site, people doing the maintenance can be better taken care of, including the occupants. Let's watch this very short video. So what we have is exploration phase where they explore the 3D model, and same thing, we got to get them to think and assess the risks, and then think of approaches to solve those, reduce the risk. They can actually put in suggestions which is posted on the forum, and they can go into the forum for discussion. And there are bonus rounds where they can try to make changes, and it's gamified to encourage participation. So we're still doing this study. We have used it with students, and we've gotten very good feedback from students and also professionals during our testing phases. So here are some of the examples of feedback from undergraduate students. So they really like the opportunity to play the games because they don't get to experience the site, which is of course the best thing, but at least they've been through a virtual process. And also from professionals, where they appreciate that they can learn about design issues and the rectification methods through the virtual game setting. And they like the realistic scenarios. It's not easy to create those scenarios. We have gone through a lot of discussion with the industry, with Institution of Engineering Singapore, and a lot of participants from the industry. We have been publishing some papers related to all these technologies that we're using for teaching. This is one of it, which is on VAS. My colleague Alex here is also one of the co-authors. So we use VAS to teach about structural systems so that students can visualize forces. Right? If you look at this building, you can't see the forces around, right? But they're all around us. Okay? So how do you visualize that? So we put in animation in the VR 360, which is something useful. It's cheaper technology. It's easier to implement. So it's quicker in terms of actual implementation. There's pros and cons for different tech. And we can realize we did some analysis and see some improvement in the quiz score. And at the same time, in terms of perception, based on the perception, we have also gotten certain design ideas and design guidelines in terms of the authenticity of the context and how to design the user interface. So in future, we are looking at other ways to learn about our learners, which is very important. And neuroscience is getting really popular because a lot of the measurement tools are becoming more accessible. So we are looking into using neurophysiological type of data to help us to design better ways to engage our learners to make sure that they can learn better and more effectively. So with that, I'd like to end off saying that to build these fantastic buildings and infrastructures that we have, we really need the people to be well trained. So to transform the industry, we need to start from the people. So with that, I'd like to thank everyone for your attention. And let me just publicize some of the publications that we have. If you are interested in any of these publications on some of the research, just search for my name and email me. I will easily send them to you. And these are some of the pictures I've used. Thank you so much. Thanks.
Thank you, Prof. Goh. Thank you to all faculty members for the very insightful presentation. Now, let's have a look at what the Bachelor of Engineering in Infrastructure and Project Management program is all about.
As the built environment advances to tackle the problem statements of tomorrow, the Department of the Built Environment is excited to offer a new undergraduate offering, the Bachelor of Engineering in Infrastructure and Project Management. The proposed program is unique in Asia and is the first full-time engineering undergraduate program with a strong focus in project management. The degree is a result of high levels of interest and demands for undergraduates with such skills amidst global trends. The degree provides students with relevant skills and knowledge in the areas of engineering, management, and law. This provides students a wider choice and greater flexibility in planning and charting their career pathways.
One of the few that I would specifically mention is the e-studios that are scattered around the STE campus. In the e-studios, there are many computers available for students to use, and the software inside the computer range from energy resources to building modeling.
The professors are really amazing. When we have doubts, our professors will always be there to answer our questions, to address our concerns. They are able to interact with students and understand how we are feeling, and will always check in terms of our well-being and how we are coping.
From this academic program, I've learned a wide overview of all the different themes of the built environment. From what I can bring over to the internship is that I know what is going on behind the contracts. I know what is the liability of each party in the construction sector.
In this 5G Center for Digital Building Technology, we introduced 5G technologies integrated with digital twin and 5G robotics. In our center, our students will acquire the necessary skills and knowledge to better manage and enhance the built environment.
Center for 5G Digital Building Technology is a newly set up center. The students will be given hands-on training on their usage and encouraged to use them extensively to conduct their module projects and future research.
And so we're helping our students understand the future of how buildings are operated and managed and how infrastructure is operated and managed. We're teaching students data literacy skills. So we're teaching them how to code, we're teaching them how to process and analyze large data sets. It's a new skill set that almost every industry is looking for, and we're now one of the few that's providing that type of education for built environment.
My current role is with McKinsey & Company, and I'm with their sustainability practice. We look at what the clients want to achieve in terms of decarbonization of their portfolio. My undergraduate program has allowed me to build up knowledge in terms of the green building sphere. That has allowed me to understand sustainability needs in depth on one sector. And for Singapore, it's to hit net zero by 2050. And to hit net zero, it means that all the corporations within Singapore has to be net zero in terms of emissions. So I think the potential for graduates will be huge because there will be a high demand for people in this area.
Currently, I'm a manager with the System Management Department with SMRT trains. So we oversee the asset lifecycle management for MRT stations as well as depots assets. So the practical knowledge actually helped me with my early days of my career. This knowledge actually complement with the fundamentals for the asset lifecycle management and subsequently helped me in my career now.
I would say come in with an open heart and an open mind. Cherish the opportunity to study not only in NUS but in our department as well, because there's a lot of opportunities for you to develop.
If you're interested in the sustainability, if you're interested in the built environment, I think DBE is a place where you can realize your potential and gain a lot of knowledge in, which is really the upcoming part of what the world needs and what Singapore needs to have a sustainable building environment.
If you are interested in contributing to the sustainable built environment and you enjoy doing engineering work and maybe management work in future, this is definitely a course for you.
Wasn't that an insightful video? I hope that you all have enjoyed the video and learned more about the IPM program. Now, we will commence with the prize giving ceremony, the segment that all of us have been waiting for. A gentle reminder to all prize recipients, you may unmask for the photo taking, but do maintain a 1 meter safe distancing from one another. We will start off by giving out the certificates of accomplishment. May I now invite our guest of honor, Mr. Kenneth, to give away the prizes. Mr. Kenneth, please. In no particular order, our first recipient goes to Victoria Junior College, Bernice Ip Sing Yi. While Bernice is unable to join us today, we have Ella Jason from Victoria Junior College to collect on her behalf. For our second recipient, we have Victoria Junior College as well, Cheryl Lim Zero. While Cheryl is also unable to join us today, let's give both recipients a warm round of applause. We will now be giving away the 10 prizes to students whose submissions have garnered honorable mentions. In no particular order, our first recipient goes to Hwa Chong Institution, Gu Xing Yi and Yang Qing Huan. Next, we have also Hwa Chong Institution, Daryl Teo. Unfortunately, Daryl is also not able to join us for today. Next up, we have National Junior College, Chloe Tay and Ethan Devianathan. Ethan is also not being able to join us for today, so we have Chloe to receive on his behalf. National Junior College, Dave Mesama Avaria Rose host and Jody Liu Kai Sing. Next up, we have National Junior College, Teo Casey and So Kai Ting. Raffles Institution, Pa Barakaran, Balaharish and Ying T. Unfortunately, both of them are also not being able to join us for today, but let's give them a warm round of applause. Next up, we have Victoria Junior College, Alaujisan Darich, So Zining and Ko Ing Sing Chloe. Next up, we have Victoria Junior College, Ho Yanze, Phoebe Ng Jingyi, and Niu Yuling. Next up, we have Victoria Junior College, Ho Yanze, Phoebe Ng Jingyi, and Niu Yuling. Next up, we have Victoria Junior College, Tessa Fu Xuanru. Last but not least, we have Yishun Innova Junior College, Ng Jing Han and Joshua, who are absent. But receiving on Joshua's behalf, we have Mr. Tan Han Ro, Subject Head from Yishun Innova Junior College. Congratulations to all prize recipients and thank you, Mr. Kenneth. Next, we would like to present trophies to the representatives of junior colleges and schools whose students have participated in the NUS IPM Challenge 2021. May I invite the President of Building and Estate Management Alumni, Dr. Teo Ho Ping, to give away the prizes. Dr. Teo, please. In no particular order, we have Hwa Chong Institution Principal, Mr. Pan Kru Hao. National Junior College Vice Principal, Mr. Alfred Tan. Unfortunately, Mr. Alfred Tan is not being able to join us for today. Next up, we have also Raffles Institution, who is also unable to join us today, but we thank Raffles Institution and National Junior College, whose students have participated and submitted amazing work as well. Next up, we have St. Andrews Junior College teacher, Ms. Lim Xiaoqi. Victoria Junior College Vice Principal, Ms. Grace Lee. Lastly, Yishun Innova Junior College Subject Head, Mr. Tan Han Rong. Thank you to all school representatives and thank you, Dr. Teo. Now, the moment that we all have been waiting for, we will now be announcing the top 3 winners of the NUS IPM Challenge 2021. But before that, let us take a look at the nominees. In no particular order, for the first nominee, we have Victoria Junior College.
Hello everyone, my name is Lisa from Victoria Junior College. So over the December holidays, we interned at Singapore Land Authority and we learned a lot about what that industry does for Singapore. So we learned through the industry that Singapore's underground space is really vital for Singapore's survival. However, it's not currently being mapped properly yet.
Hi, I'm Lin Wei from Victoria Junior College. So currently, there's a lack of an underground map. And because of that, a lot of stakeholders and organizations have a lot of problems in planning their future projects. So this can lead to issues with safety and a lot of inconveniences. Therefore, what we want to do is to create a comprehensive underground map that can sort of solve these issues.
Hello everyone, I'm Ang Yan-si from Victoria Junior College. So essentially what our project is where we integrate different technologies that can be used to map out our underground spaces, including technologies like LiDAR and point cloud,
and integrate these data points into a singular database, also known as GIS. So different stakeholders are able to access this database to be used on future underground mapping projects.
So through this project, we hope that stakeholders can build a safer, better and more efficient underground Singapore.
For the second nominee, we have Hwa Chong Institution.
I'm Lee Xing Yi and my teammate Jing Xue, who is unable to be here today because he's currently serving national service. We are students from Hwa Chong Institution and we are proposing 2 ideas for this project. The first idea is to use radio frequency signals. This technology is currently utilized in rescue efforts, for example in earthquakes, to be able to detect living signals behind debris. So in the same principle, we propose to use radio frequency signals in the construction context. This technology can be used to determine if a wall or structure is structural or hackable, such that modern-day owners can freely reimagine design possibilities when designing their new home. Our second idea is a smart app to facilitate the integration of supply chain between the main and the subcontractors. He landed on this research article that gave him that direction. Okay, main and subcontractors seem to be a problem. Yeah, and it seems to be, and it's actually very important in every single construction project that they can communicate well, and so that then he came up with the idea.
Last but not least, we have St. Andrews Junior College.
Hi, my name is Sui. I'm from St. Andrews Junior College. So basically me and Trinity decided to do this project is because both of us are very interested in environmental issues.
Hi, my name is Trinity. I'm from St. Andrews Junior College. Our current system has 3 bins for people to recycle. They are basic recyclables, but our project focuses on 6 different bins that allows people to recycle more variety of recyclables such as e-waste and organic waste.
There'll be a weighing machine. We have to place the bag on the weighing machine. So, and then for example, if it exceeds a certain limit of trash, you have to pay extra money to dispose the left amount of trash. Also, each compostable bags will have a QR code. So what this QR code is, it links to your account kind of thing. So when maybe cleaners or when they're sorting out trash, they can know that which household is abusing the system. So we hope that through this project, every Singaporean will know how to recycle and also encourage them to recycle.
May I invite our guest of honor, Mr. Kenneth, to join us back on stage to do the honors. Mr. Kenneth, please. Without further ado, at 3rd place, we have Hwa Chong Institution, Ko Jingxuan and Lee Xingyi. Congratulations. They are walking away with a certificate, a trophy, and $1,000 in cash. Thank you, Hwa Chong Institution, and congratulations. At 2nd place, we have St. Andrew Junior College, which means at the first place of the IPM Challenge 2021, we have Victoria Junior College. Now, may we invite the second place. Ramesh Trinity and Yang Ziwei. They are walking away with a certificate, a trophy, and $2,000 in cash. Thank you, St. Andrew Junior College, and congratulations as well. Once again, at first place of the NUS IPM 2021, we have Victoria Junior College, Ang Yanci, Lim Qianwei, and Lisa Lim Yuqi. They are walking away with a certificate, a trophy, and $3,000 in cash. May I also invite the winners to give a word?
Hi, so good morning everybody. We're very honored to be standing on this stage today to be receiving this prize. So to start off, I would like to thank our school, Victoria Junior College, our family and our friends for all their support in this journey. And of course, last but not least, I'd like to thank NUS for organizing everything and giving us this wonderful opportunity to participate in this challenge and to learn a lot. Thank you.
Our heartiest congratulations to all recipients, and thank you, Mr. Kenneth. Now, let's take a look at the winner's project video.
Imagine that you're meeting a friend at Ion Orchard. You're in an MRT cabin racing through the tracks to get to your location. When you hear the distinctive voice,
Orchard, please mind the platform gap.
you get off the train and step into a bustling station filled with commuters. You then enter the mall via a connector. Meeting up with your friend who was waiting for you, you two then walk around before taking the escalator to the upper levels of the mall. Notice that this whole story happened underground, from the train station and tracks to the basement of the shopping mall. In addition, the utility lines carrying power, bandwidth, water, etc. are largely underground too. This scenario illustrates that underground spaces are extremely common in Singapore. As such, as the land-scarce Singapore develops further, there is a need to develop underground spaces too, to free up surface space. However, further developments in underground spaces also mean that more construction projects will start involving the complex web of subsurface utility lines. There are two big issues regarding underground development. Firstly, on the inaccuracy of underground mapping data. We are all quite dependent on clean running water taps, or the lights that turn on at the flick of a switch, or, most importantly, our Wi-Fi. This is why it is important to properly maintain these precious utility lines that bring us these luxuries. However, the data we have of older utility lines are often hand-drawn and inaccurate, or simply outdated and incomplete. On top of that, newer data, which are digitally recorded, are often formatted incompatibly with each other. This means that the identification of underground infrastructure requires a lot of cross-referencing, making the process tedious and prone to error. This makes locating and working around utility lines dangerous, as it gives rise to uncertainty during construction. Imagine if you had no access to water, electricity, or bandwidth because a utility line was cut. Isn't it extremely frustrating? Well, that's exactly what happened in 2018 when a pipe burst at Admiralty Road West, causing a loss of 1.8 million litres of water and affected traffic flow. This was because the contractors failed to ascertain the exact location of the water pipes in the area and had accidentally punctured the water main. This not only wasted a lot of precious resources, but also negatively impacted people's livelihoods. This is just one of the more severe problems when developing underground, without an accurate underground map. It makes construction uncertain, wasteful, and dangerous. Secondly, on how future or current underground construction plans are somewhat unknown across the various major stakeholders. Multiple contractors may want to develop varying underground infrastructure on different levels, like utilities, on the same plot of land. However, due to uncertain underground schematics and decentralized information about underground spaces, coordinating the construction of underground spaces is trickier than that of above-ground construction. Poor communication leads to difficulty in coordination or conflict. Major stakeholders, such as telecommunication companies and the Public Utility Board, often resolve these communication issues on an ad hoc basis, leading to a waste in resources and excessive disruption due to a lack of consideration given to the other utilities in the same vicinity to be laid, replaced, or repaired. So, with these two main problems, there is a need for a centralized underground map with a high accuracy level, where contractors from different projects are aware of each other's underground development plans and existing underground infrastructure ahead of time. For this to happen, it is critical to map out subsurface Singapore through different methods and integrate the information into a four-dimensional model, with the fourth dimension being time. Open Cities Planner is a web-based cloud service that allows for the visualization of 3D cityscapes to design and communicate projects. We can create a digital twin of Singapore's underground infrastructure inspired by Open Cities Planner, while allowing new data to be registered consistently, bringing about the fourth dimension to it. This is suggested as a 4D model allows for more accurate spatial analysis of Singapore's underground development on a horizontal and vertical level. Tracking the development of the project over time would also improve the workflow during construction. This model is built via mapping the underground space via different methods and then combining the data together. Now, we will be looking at the technologies that can be used to obtain said data. We can split the mapping process of underground infrastructure into two main parts: utilities and underground spaces such as MRT stations, urban pedestrian underground networks, malls, etc. First, on mapping underground utilities. Technologies like ground-penetrating radar, electromagnetic locationing, and gyroscope-based systems can be used together to accurately determine the location of metallic and non-metallic utilities underground. For higher accuracy locationing, trial trenching, and light detection and ranging, or LiDAR technology, can work together to map utilities. Utilities exposed by trial trenching could be scanned by LiDAR to generate point cloud data with X, Y, and Z coordinates. To map underground spaces, we can use the technology mentioned previously, LiDAR. Let's delve into more details about LiDAR. LiDAR can be used to scan underground spaces by shooting billions of lasers that generate billions of highly accurate X, Y, and Z coordinate points. Many LiDAR scans can be registered together to create point cloud data, which forms a highly accurate 3D scene. Alongside all previously mentioned data collection methods, the Singapore Satellite Positioning Reference Network, or SIREN, can be used. SIREN is a global positioning system with up to 2 to 3 cm accuracy, which can provide precise positioning of utility lines in underground spaces, thus storing the data collected in the accurate location. To use SIREN underground, we can utilize subwave GPS coverage extension, which can emulate the GPS signal for every receiver in the area. Geographic Information System, or GIS, is a spatial system that creates, manages, and maps out all types of data. OpenCity integrates point cloud and GIS data to create a digital 3D world. For most data collected by the various technologies to be integrated, they have to be compatible with the GIS file format. Hence, the table below shows the compatible format that different data collected can be stored in. After integrating our data, we've constructed a comprehensive 3D map. Over time, different stakeholders utilizing and updating the map would transform the 3D map into a 4D map. With this map, underground development would definitely be much easier. Why is this so? Firstly, less accidents and utility outage incidents would occur due to stakeholders' increased planning abilities. Secondly, the centralized underground map enables smoother collaboration between stakeholders during the planning, designing, and engineering stages. It can also allow different stakeholders to navigate and retrieve content based on specific location in a controlled and secure way. This increases overall productivity by allowing for better decision-making and shorter feedback loops. Over time, as the map gets more and more robust through consistent updates by stakeholders, these benefits would only be amplified. Thus, overall, we ensure a safer, more efficient, and smoother developing process, thus furthering the progress of underground Singapore.
Thank you for the video, and once again, congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, we have now come to the end of the NUS Infrastructure and Project Management 1010 Transformation Challenge 2021 Prize Ceremony Day. On behalf of the Department of the Built Environment NUS, I would like to extend a big thank you to everyone here for attending today's ceremony. A big shout out to the working committee who made today possible, DBE Associate Professor Gabriel Kaur and his amazing team. And of course, the NUS Conferences and Event Unit for their professional support. For those contestants who are attending the IPM Meet and Greet session organized by the IPM seniors, afterwards, please gather outside the auditorium where you'll be met by the IPM seniors who will bring you out for your lunch tour. Once again, heartiest congratulations to all prize recipients and thank you all speakers and presenters. This is Annabelle and have a wonderful day ahead.